Welcome to Up to Date with Liz Hernandez. Thank you all so much for joining us. Let's get started. Last month, on January 15th, CVS Pharmacy announced that they will be letting their customers know when their photos for beauty campaigns have been digitally altered. That's great news. And in Lexington, Kentucky recently, a plastic surgeon was arrested for showing up intoxicated to perform surgery. The rationale for that just blows my mind. So we live in an era nowadays where beauty standards have been pressed on us, whether it's women, men, the whole spectrum. So we went out and interviewed MSU students and see what their thoughts were around campus. Let's take a look.
When I hear plastic surgery, I think fake beauty. It's not natural and I would never have it done.
Plastic surgery, I think of people getting like nose jobs and things because they don't like the way their nose looks.
I don't care what other people do with their appearance. That's their business. If it makes them feel good and they're not hurting anybody, I don't care.
In my opinion, I don't have a problem with plastic surgery. If someone wants to get it, then they can get it.
Nowadays, in the society we live in, it's definitely more about changing how you look for an aesthetic purpose.
There's definitely a stigma. I mean, if you mention it to people, most of the part, they always think it's a negative connotation behind it.
Whenever I first hear about plastic surgery, I generally think of celebrities or those who just aren't happy with their body and have to have the perfect ideal body, like the Barbie stereotype and all that.
Well, I think it's fine and a good idea, depending on who you are. I would probably never, but I also don't have the money to, so it's not really an option for me.
I don't know. My thoughts on it are do it, but do it responsibly because it can go wrong.
My thoughts on plastic surgery are it's a thing. If you want to do it, go for it. I see it as a thing that usually wealthier people can do because it costs a lot of money.
It really just depends on the situation. Sometimes it's needed, sometimes it's not. Breast enhancements, not always needed. Breast reductions are more the type of thing insurance should pay for.
So I have my special friend here, Alisa Moore.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this a lot, but I actually don't know your opinion on plastic surgery.
I think it's something a lot of, especially women, in our society feel kind of pressured to do. I feel like a lot of people don't realize it, but a lot of the models and ads and stuff that we see now are usually the people have procedures done or there's something done to them, digitally. So it kind of puts people in that position to want to improve their looks any means possible, I feel like, even if that means by procedures or something.
Exactly. I just saw it as people enhancing their body, which is technically what it is, but I just didn't realize how drastic this thing was for people to get it. I came across a YouTuber, Nicole Shaw, and she talked about how when she was 16 years old, she got her first nose job. And it was so bad that she would put in bobby pins around the bridge of her nose at night, and she would sleep on it. Yes, she would sleep in it every night.
Oh my gosh.
And to slim down her nose.
Yeah.
And so there's all this craziness to it.
Well, and you told me about the story of this girl, and you said that eventually she did get the nose job, right? See, I feel like it's such a double standard because I feel like so many people have that want to get those procedures to change their looks and to fit this ideal. But then when they do, the people that know them kind of bully them almost because they're like, oh, how could you do that? You're fake, you have plastic. And
exactly, and that's
a double standard.
That's what she brought up because she said that even after the surgery, because it was her senior year, once she got back from surgery, that people would still bully her because she looked better, I guess. And people just, you can't win with people with anything. And not just this, but in many issues. And people I feel like, are always going to have something negative to say, whether it's you got your nose done or the way you look. Yeah. And so this has been blasted on social media all the time, like the Ken doll.
Justin Jedlicka, he's 35 now, and he's had over 340 procedures done, and including 5 nose jobs, I believe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's definitely a new fad where people are even wanting to go as far as like become a plastic doll themselves. Like his goal is actually to be 100% plastic. So you have all these people coming out wanting to be like dolls and get these procedures and everything done to look as like doll perfect as they can. So that's I feel like the extreme of it.
Do you think there's a thing where there is such thing as too much? Because I kind of do.
I think with anything, there's too much. And especially when it comes to beauty, like, makeup can help, but too much makeup looks bad. Fashion can help, but maybe something too out there can look a little
That's
bad.
true.
So I feel like with procedures, certain things, yeah, that can look great on you. But yeah, with him redoing surgeries in the same areas and all this stuff, I feel like it's kind of made it, it's just
And
a little
it's not
too much.
just plastic surgery that's become a thing. Microblading has become a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I have my brows filled in right now, but don't know who came up with this. Microblading, which is almost like tattoo.
It's kind of like
your
a
brow.
temporary tattoo that will fade away in years. But yeah, it like looks like eyebrow filling without actually being makeup.
Tattoo, it goes in deep. 3 layers, but with microblading, it just comes 2.
2 layers of the skin, yeah.
But what people don't realize is that we're pushed into this.
I feel like it's convenience too. Like if you're a woman and let's say you like how that looks, would you rather spend time like filling in your eyebrows every day or get a procedure where for the next 6 years your eyebrows are filled in?
Exactly. And even with
people in Moorhead are licensed to do this now. Like at the Salon and Day Spa, they have women who are licensed to do these procedures and do them on women. So.
Oh, definitely. And you don't really have to have many experience to do this.
Yeah.
Like doctors do.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is Valentine's Day, a day of spreading love, kindness, everything. But is it really? Is it, Alyssa?
I think V-Day stands for Victoria's Secret Day because people just are all about the lingerie and buy this for your wife, buy this for your girlfriend. Come on, it's Valentine's Day.
That is true because Victoria, it's a bit like for a day like today, their campaigns are like they plan months and months beforehand. And all you see is a perfect body, perfect figure,
flawless
size
skin,
2. Yes,
very skinny, but like huge boobs, like typical kind of, Victoria's Secret look. Yeah.
So how do you think this takes a toll on relationships?
I'd say especially for younger people, especially because we're so much more immersed in like social media and the internet and stuff. All of these ads and all these expectations, I feel like actually cause a lot of insecurities. Like I feel like a lot of men and women our age are kind of insecure a little bit about their bodies or how they look, or they just have these crazy expectations of how they think their partner should look, which would thus make their partner feel bad. So sometimes I worry that it can actually have a negative impact on the younger generation's relationships. But
that's what I think so too, because we talked about this in class with social media being so big. Women actually get upset when a guy likes another girl's picture. And it's basically because they might look better, they might have a bigger attribute of their body than they do.
I'm totally guilty of that because I totally get mad if my boyfriend likes other girls' pictures. Well, it depends. If it's just like a normal picture, it's fine. But if it was like a selfie seductive picture, I'd be like, seriously? So like I'm probably at fault for that too, but like it's so hard. Like I used to follow Instagram fitness models because I wanted to get in shape, but so much of it is like heavily like there's some of them even go as far as doing the corset training, or like removing the ribs to thin their waistline, and it's like you physically can't get that without procedures, and then it kind of messed with my brain a little bit because I'm like, well, I can't really reach these goals, so I had to just cut all of that out of my life pretty much.
Yeah.
So I can have my self-esteem back.
That's good. I'm happy. Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you, Alyssa, as well. This is Up to Date, so stay tuned for the next show. We'll be back very soon. Thank you.